live again. I know, I won't stop going live. Won't stop going live. Give me a filter. I need life. I need color in my cheeks. Hi, I hope everybody is doing well today. I thought that I would come on, have some pop on and pop off, have some tea, chat about what's going on currently. We are kind of in the middle of this Mercury retrograde in Libra, and we did a live stream a few days ago about a little bit about the Mercury retrograde because I was kind of prepping or taking notes or kind of planning out some of the things that I wanted to address. But I was gonna film this and edit it, and I really just think that this is more fun with people here jiving in the comments and kind of giving me some feedback real time about how it's affecting you and if you know your rising sign and everything. So if you're here for the tea and kiki mid Mercury retrograde hangout, let me know what's good, what's going on. Hi Laura, good afternoon. It is super spooky season right now. I mean, it is storming outside. It's stopped right now. It's pretty calm, but it just keeps like on and off raining. It's really dreary. It is just deliciously spooky outside here in Michigan. And for some reason, my freaking camera doesn't want to continue to focus, but you guys know the drill. Peaceful Aura, hi, welcome. How are you guys doing? Good afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you're feeling good today. I am feeling good today. Thank you so much for saying that. I do have my MRI today. I'm very, very excited. So I've allotted myself about 2 hours for this live stream at most. But if you guys know me, that you know that that's easy for me to do. So today I've got some notes, I've got some things to go over. I want to talk about, we're focusing today on the Mercury retrograde. You seem pretty in focus to me. Okay, good. Good. It just looks a little fuzzy to me. I don't know why. Maybe my glasses. Maybe it's my glasses. At any point during this live stream or the playback, if my phone crashes down to the ground, it's because I have definitely rigged it on some suspicious items as a tripod. I packed all of my work stuff. I packed my tripods. I packed all of that goodies. I thought we would be moving a lot sooner than we were, and so I've just been dealing with my things kind of in boxes and bare minimum, which is fine, but I've definitely rigged. I got like a candle, I've got like a blush case, I've got like some weird shelf thing that I'm using for a tripod, so we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? That's so much better for me. I think my glasses were just dirty. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Hey, Eureka. Hi, Sammy. So happy I caught you live. It is 3:11 a.m. here in Japan. Go to sleep. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I'm just going to hang out a little bit more. Tell me again where you're from, what you're doing, and then we're going to start going through these so that we allot just enough time for everybody. Again, 2 hours will go by really fast. Hopefully we can get through the signs in less than that and just have a little chit chat either in between or at the end before I need to get some food and go to my MRI. I'm in a good mood today. I'm hopeful that I'm going to get some answers, that I'm going to get some sort of, things moving forward with me and my road to recovery. Because this injury is no bueno. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. Also, feel free to share this live stream with any of your friends or anybody that you might think want to pop in and have a good conversation on stuff happening for this Mercury retrograde. So let's get right into it. A couple days ago, we did a little live stream and I was kind of prepping some of this, and I pulled the Goddess Guidance Oracle card, Goddess Ishtar, and the keyword on that card is boundaries. The little saying at the bottom of the card said, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. But really I was taking this idea of boundaries and really hitting it home with the way that I structured some of the things we're going to focus on for each of the signs through the transits of this Mercury retrograde. I mean, boundaries is a really important word in general, and boundaries is even more of an important word for the energy of Libra, because Libra is not so fluid with the boundaries sometimes. And so I think, especially with Mercury, our mind, our processing of information, our mouth, the way that we think, the way that we speak, the way that we connect the dots on things, I feel like Mercury in Libra is a really good time to vocalize boundaries, to listen to others' boundaries, to respect those boundaries, and also to rethink some of the boundaries that we have in place, or maybe some boundaries in which could be put in place. If not now, then when Mercury goes direct. So across the board, I just wanted to bring that up again because I really feel like that card came up and really hit home for me with some of the current energies at play during this Mercury retrograde. So Mercury went retrograde technically on September 25th, I believe it was, and it will stay in retrograde until October 18th. Now there is what's called like shadow phases for transits and things where basically it's not like a hard line is drawn in the sand and like boom, it's direct and it's retrograde. I explain the energies of transits and retrogrades or movements of the planets into different signs such as magnets. So if you think about what it feels like when you get magnets that are getting closer and closer to each other, you can start to feel that pull. Can start to feel that energy kind of in between. If you were to stick your hand there, you get really close, you can feel it coming. You can feel it coming. So it's it's like even though those magnets have not snapped into place yet, you can still feel the effects of the general energy around you. So we got like 3 to 5 days before and after where things are still kind of at play or subject to, you know, to disruption or to motivation or whatever you need it to be, whatever it is, however it is kind of affecting you. So that is that. I will tell you that on September 25th is the day that I injured myself. So those magnets snapped for me and I was like, sit your ass down and just relax. The universe said, you sit down. I don't want to. No, I don't want to. So let's see. Anybody else coming in? I see some more people coming in here. How is everyone doing? How's your day going? Where are you at? What time is it? What time is it for you? And how's Mercury retrograde been treating you so far? We're gonna break it down for each of the signs very shortly. And I feel, what sign should we start with? Should we start with Aries? Now, I'm going to tell you that when I read you these signs, you really are going to get the most potent information and messages coming through with listening to your rising sign or your ascendant. Those are the same things. If you haven't heard that term before, ascendant, it's the same thing as your rising sign. So if you do not know your rising sign or ascendant, feel free to listen to your regular sun sign, which is just the sign that you know that you were born under, or your moon sign as well. When I listen to, you know, horoscopes or forecasts or things like that, I typically like to listen to all three, but I know that the impact is going to be the greatest when it comes to my rising sign because it will really tell you exactly where these planets and transits are stationed in your chart and what houses, and that really kind of adds a deeper layer and meaning to the transit or the energies at play. So if you know your rising sign, that's really where you're going to want to listen up. And if you want to listen to your moon sign and your sun sign as well, there is lots to get from that. But it's, yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm a Pisces ascendant. Ooh, and since it's 3:11 a.m. there, I feel like maybe we should start closer to the end of the zodiac so you have a chance to listen to yours. Skylar's about to come through the door, so the dogs might lose it. Just as a warning if anyone's listening to headphones. Ah, no? Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello, I'm live. There it is. There it is. That wasn't too bad though. Alright, that was Skylar coming home for any of those Skylar fans here, which I'm assuming are none because he's trash. Peaceful Aura says, I'm watching from the ER. Life partner had a tiny episode, nothing serious, but it sure was scary. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. And I'm glad that you're in a space where your partner can be checked out and can be assessed medically. I'm so sorry. So far, nothing too crazy. At first, there were hiccups in technology during these witchy panels I was attending and a few sour combos in my relationship, but then everything cleared up. All right, all right, all right. Peaceful aura sending you love. Yes. Okay. So there's a few things before we break down the signs that I want to mention, other than just making sure that you know that you're going to get the most enriching messages by listening to your rising sign. Again, if you don't know your rising sign or you want to listen to the sun or the moon that you have as well, you'll get something out of it. But I want to mention that we just had the new moon in Libra, and we might have been given some signs or vibes as to where and how to utilize this time as efficiently and wisely as possible. So like I said, we're in the middle of this Mercury retrograde. I find it really fun to kind of do mid check-in Mercury retrogrades, because in the beginning it's like there's so many possibilities, we're assuming things might play out one way, and it's kind of interesting to come in the middle of Mercury retrograde and say, okay, what has already happened so far? What am I seeing in the future, and what am I open to the possibilities of am I getting any signs? Am I getting any direction in which I think I need to be handling the rest of this time? And so that's where we're at. Sending positive vibes to peaceful aura. Yes, and your partner, absolutely. So we did just have this new moon in Libra. There should have been some pulls. I mean, maybe you were tired, maybe you got the best sleep of your life, maybe you didn't sleep at all. Maybe, that like 2.5 day period really opened up some of that Libra energy in the sector of your chart in which, we needed to be seen. We need to know where we're supposed to be working. Or it might have kickstarted something for you, like reorganizing something or rethinking something or replanning something. And I will tell you that for the entirety of this Mercury retrograde, the Sun and Mars are both in Libra as well. So that's kind of a big deal. It's not super crazy. It's not like we're not talking about like Pluto or, Saturn or these really dominating energies. But the sun is our life force, it's vitality, it's self expression, it's our overall energy, and it illuminates and creates the spaces in which it resides. So it celebrates the spaces in which it resides. So you think about the sun, it pushes its energy out, it illuminates things, it allows us to have life and light and vibrancy, and that vitamin D gives us energy. And happiness and joy. So for the sun to be in the sign of Libra, we are getting this like illumination in the spaces of our chart as well, where this Mercury retrograde is going to play out. It brings joy, happiness, self-expression. It also brings attention and public eye. So there's some things being uncovered. It's not just going to be for you, it might be for others as well. We also have Mars, the planet of action, passion, motivation, and overall expenditure of energy. If I would explain I explain Mars a lot as like the gas pedal. So, the rate at which we are going. What is our miles per hour? What is our, speedometer saying as far as Mars goes? And the sign that Mars is in, or the space that Mars is in, gives us a lot of clue as to the ways in which we can use our energy, because we know the intensity of the energy and we know the speed at which it's going. As well as it really tells us kind of the quickness in which things might happen. Like the speed is not the right word. Mars is quick, it's fiery, it's like a strike of a match, right? So there's a lot of benefits to Mars being with the Sun and Mercury and being all together here in Libra. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of possibilities in action and movement. However, Mars is also the god of war and accidents and chaos, and it's kind of like a little Tasmanian devil. Like, as long as it's going in the right way, it can take down, some buildings that needed to be blown down anyways. And if it's, it might also take down your house, like if you didn't want it to be. And also the neighbors are starting their yard work, like the landscapers are here. So that's very Mercury retrograde, don't you think? I start alive, everything's nice and spooky and peaceful and rainy and and then like I can just slightly hear outside like so apologies. That's okay. Mars in Libra is not my best and is not the best in my opinion. Not getting done lately. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of benefits and challenges to having these energies all together. And so for each sign, I did kind of come up with some like pros and cons and then some tools to move forward, as well as a song to kind of like associate and like rock with for the rest of Mercury retrograde through October 18th and maybe a few days after. So that was really fun for me. I hope you guys will all take a listen to that and whatever song for your ascendant is, and see what you can get out of it. I might have picked it because of the vibe. I might have picked it because of the lyrics. I might have picked it because it just fit for your sign and the house that Mercury's transiting. So yeah, I thought that was a fun thing. Very Taurus moon of me to be recommending a song for you. And I think that is that's the rest of what I needed to preface before we go sign for sign. But just know that we have not only Mercury retrograde in Libra, we just had the new moon in Libra, as well as the Sun and Mars here activating and kind of like adding more ingredients to this like cosmic cocktail that we're working with here. So let me just see if my notes says anything else here. Yeah, I think of retrogrades. Well, planets in retrograde to me. The lawn, can you hear that? They're about to come to our front yard too. So I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do about that. Unless I like you guys, I forgot about this. Hold on. Wait a second. It gave me the push I needed to finally start my self-acceptance and self-love journey. I have a lot of healing to do with trauma and insecurity surrounding my body, so I felt inspired to get started. Lunar, what is your rising sign? I can't remember. I think you told me last night in the live stream, but yeah, that's beautiful. I bought a tiny microphone. I'm gonna plug this in and you all have to tell me if this made a difference and if you can hear me. Okay, it's in. Can you hear me? Did this make a difference? Because even if it didn't, I really enjoy holding on to it. Very well. Okay, wait, did this really help? Can you hear me? Testing. Because this might be really nice for when they get closer. Keep it. I love it. Audio is so much better. Like really, really better, because this cost me like $10 and I'm pretty sure it came from somewhere not from here. I don't know. It came in as like a really weird package. So much better. How exciting. Okay. Tiny microphone. Okay. Let's start. I'm going to get mine as Cancer. I haven't seen it much within my home and family life, but rather asking me to start healing and bring more security and safety with my body and self-image. Listen, you're doing this work for me, Lunar. We can start with Cancer if you want, but you basically wrote down everything that audio is fire. Fire. Oh my, y'all don't know how exciting this is. I was really hoping so, but I had very low expectations. Ooh, I'm so excited about my tiny microphone. So, okay, you guys give me a little vote on which sign that we should start with today. Libra is in my 7th house, and I have a crush on someone for the first time in 3 years. So you're in Aries. You're in Aries rising. That is so exciting. So exciting. Right? Wait, I thought you said you're a Pisces. Pisces rising, Eureka. Oh, are you looking at a Placidus chart? Do you use Placidus systems? Pisces, just about. What do you mean by just about? I'm Aquarius with Leo rising. Okay, so oh my God, you cracked me up. So you have Leo rising, we have Pisces rising, we have Cancer rising. Y'all are gonna have to tell me where we need to start here, or I'm just gonna kind of like at random. Or we'll start at Aries. Yeah, they're literally mowing the front yard and the window is open. So if this handsome man turns to his left at all, he will see me with a setup that is quite suspicious and a tiny microphone talking to my phone. I love being on the internet. I love being on the internet. I'm a light Libra. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and start with... Let's start... You know what? We're going to start with Libra, okay? We're starting with Libra. A lot going on in Libra. We're halfway through the signs, basically, starting at Libra. And I feel like that feels about right. Leo, because I am biased since I'm sorry for the Leo risings. Now you're going to be at the end. Ooh, sorry. Random is never random. I agree, Laura. My seventh house states forward the end of Virgo, and it starts towards the end of Virgo. So yeah, you're not using a whole sign house, which is totally fine. I love using different house systems as well. This is based off of a whole sign house system only because it gives the full 30 degrees of each sign into each house. But if you know your rising, you know, you can take these messages and use them however you need to. It'll still work for you. So if you're a Pisces, if you are a Pisces rising, then listen to that. If you know that you're a Pisces rising, then listen to that. Maybe I should listen to Aries. Well, maybe just keep Aries in mind when you're listening to it, because for me, when I do these whole sign house systems and I do my horoscopes or my forecasts or my breakdowns like these, it will make more sense to have the whole sign in there. But so with Aries rising, it means it's going to be transiting the Mercury retrograde in Libra, and this Mars and this Sun is going to be transiting the seventh house of one-on-one relationships and partnerships. So, do you know what I mean? Just check. I'm a Libra with Cancer. So is your rising Cancer? You're a Libra Sun rising in Cancer? Is that what you're trying to say? Or a Cancer moon? Hopefully you don't mean actual Cancer. Like, I don't think that you mean that. But my husband is Libra and he's so lazy. Thank you for sharing. Ursula, that's hilarious. Ursula just pops in and just says like one thing. I don't think I saw any other comments from you, Ursula. You're just like, hey, what's up? My husband's a Libra and he's lazy. Just so everybody knows. Oh my God. This is why I love doing lives, because y'all crack me up. All right, let's start. Let's do Libra. I'm really excited for Libra ascendants because this is a big opportunity for y'all. So Libra, your transit for this Mercury retrograde in Libra, as well as the Sun and Mars, means that it's transiting your first house. That is where your ascendant lies. Libra ascendants. We're talking about Libra ascendants. Again, if you're Libra Sun or Moon, feel free to listen, but this will hit home a little bit more directly for those who have Libra rising / ascendants. Same thing. The first house is all about I am, right? It's about your identity, your attitude, its beginnings, it's the body, it's your appearance, and it's the overall awareness of self. It is really a powerful sector for Mercury to be transiting, for Mars to be transiting, for the Sun to be transiting, all in the same sign of something that feels so directly linked and connected to you. It's activating your identity and your body. Now, some challenges that you might be having currently is, you don't typically, I don't know the rest of your chart, Libra risings, but typically Libra rising or Libra energy doesn't have an easy time speaking up for themselves or standing up for themselves, as they want to keep the peace at all cost, and they really just want the common common good. So if you're confronting something or you're trying to set boundaries, it's not as easy for you to do that as it is for some of the other zodiac. But now that you might have had some of these things bottled up, all this energy has to go somewhere because the sun is here and it's illuminating those feelings and those identity either crises or awakenings. The sun's illuminating and giving you energy and vitality, and Mars is like, act now, act now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. The difficulty with this is that we want to make sure that this fiery new energy that's presenting itself in your sector of identity and attitude and beginnings is coming across from love, and we're not just like bottled up and now we have all this fire and this energy and we're like, listen to me, I'm here, I am me. Like, it's wonderful and it's passionate and it's a great time to like reinvent yourself, to find a new style, to kind of really get clear on who you are and what you want, but maybe to act really solid after Mercury has gone direct on some of the things that you need to say. But now's the time to create those healthy boundaries with your love towards yourself and the way that you want to express that within your life and to others. Let me just make sure I'm sticking with my notes. Because once you say something, you can't take it back. You know what I mean? I mean, you can dye your hair fiery red and be like, it's a new me, new Mercury, new me, you know? But the red dye will fade. But once you say something, once you act on something, you can't take it back. And I don't want that to be, I don't want that to deter my Libra risings from saying what they've been meaning to say. But I want you to know that sometimes we bottle those things up. And now that we have so much light and energy here, Mercury is retrograde. So sometimes things don't come across the way that they mean to be or that they're intended. So we need to make sure that we're coming from a center of love and using this fire and energy in a direct and loving way, which I know all of y'all want to do. Where are my Libra risings here? Do I have any Libra risings currently in this live stream? Just kind of checking for a second here. I'm still cracking up over Ursula coming in and being like, my husband's a Libra and he's lazy. It's just so funny. Okay, so some of the benefits here is this is about you. It's about you. It's about focusing on you and your energy at this time. You are seen and charged. All of this Libra energy is a breath of fresh air for you. Make sure that it's not too much air and choking you out. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot going on right now. Sun, Mars, Mercury, all in your first house of your identity and yourself and your body. Here's my question. Libra's in my 9th house. Sun, Virgo, Scorpio, Ascendant, Taurus, Moon. We got Scorpio. Okay, so it doesn't seem like if there is any Libra ascendants, again, they're not speaking up for themselves here in this current live stream chat. However, I want you to know that this is a time for you. This is for you to think about, who are you? What do you want? How do you want to express yourselves? And do the answers to those questions currently line up with your actions and your present day experiences? Because if they don't, now is the time to not necessarily take action. I would say up until October 18th, plan that out, really flesh out those ideas and those things that are coming up for you of like, what do you want? Who are you? How do you want to express yourself? And then after the October 18th, when we still have the Sun and Mars there, utilize this planning, this inner work to make the change and to put whatever actions in place for you to really kind of like come out of your chrysalis and become a beautiful little butterfly. Right now, we're in our cocoon and we're really figuring out what kind of butterfly we want to be. It's really beautiful. And just make sure that this like new dose of energy, this Mars and the Sun here, doesn't give you like this like throwing hands type energy, because that's not you, Libra rising. You're better than that. Your song that I have picked out for you for this Mercury retrograde in Libra is Breathe by Katie Turner. It's Catie and then Turner, the song Breathe. It just really hits home some of these ideas of being present in the body, breathing, and giving some space to breathe. And Libra is so dynamic in partnerships and in duos and working with other people as a team and needing to rely on other people, that this isn't about we, this is about me, Libra. And I'm going to say the opposite for Aries. But for Libra, this is no longer about what about we, it's what about me? What do I want? Who am I? What do I need? How do I express myself? So have fun with that. Congratulations. And you can do it. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody got anything to say? Any of the Libra risings here that want to pipe up or no? Oh my gosh, of course I chose to do this when the freaking lawn people are here. I mean, I don't know. All right, so we're going to move on to Scorpio rising. I'm just so aware of how stupid I look right now. Office empty and just girl and mini microphone. So, where are my Scorpio risings? If you're coming in late or you're just coming in now and I'm telling you that we're on Scorpio risings, we just started. We started on Libra rising, so you have not missed yours. If you're like, shit, I already missed mine. No, you haven't, baby. Come and stay a while, hang out, take some notes for your friends and their rising signs if you want. Okay, so where are my Scorpio risings? Come on, people in the chat. Give me some, like, you know that emoji with like the purple devil horns? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where are my Scorpio risings at? And if you're watching the playback of this, feel free to just comment down below a bunch of those emojis if you're a Scorpio rising. And if you're a Libra rising, I want like the hibiscus flower. You know what I mean? I know your turn's already over, but feel free to leave them. If you don't want to actually comment anything, but you want to be acknowledged, feel free to do that. Okay, so for Scorpio rising, we are moving back through the houses and we are dealing with the 12th house for you. The 12th house is about I dream. It is your subconscious, it is endings, it's institutions, it's mental health, it's solitude. It's really about what's hidden and your spiritual life. The 12th house is meta and it likes it that way. It is deep, and especially for my Scorpio risings, y'all are intense and magnetic and mysterious, and you're the investigators of the zodiac. So I feel as though even though the 12th house is a lot, if anyone's up for the task, it might be Scorpio. However, remember, we have the sun, we have Mars, we have a lot of action and illumination. And when the 12th house is illuminated, when we have a lot of energy and light in the 12th house, sometimes it's kind of a mind fuck. Sometimes it's a little bit of like, I feel like everyone knows the dream I just had and it makes me feel uncomfy. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of the veils are open so much, but Scorpio likes a challenge and Scorpio likes intense. So some of the challenges that you might be coming up with is, you know, we might be having to recheck and reassess our mental health and where we're at and what's working and what's not. Mental health is so important. And I think sometimes Scorpio can take a back seat on this because they'd rather just like listen to other people's problems and not deal with their own. Sorry, I'm calling you out. But there's an opportunity for you to have a balance on your mental health habits, to like reassess those. Nudge yourself to cleanse your mind, body, and soul, whatever that means for you. Whether it is kind of taking a social media break, whether it is meditating a little bit more, allowing yourself to sleep in, whatever that is for you for the rest of this Mercury retrograde. It's so loud. It's so loud. He's right by the window though, so this will pass. This is what I put for you, Scorpio risings. Your outer compass might feel glitchy, but your inner compass is still trying to show you signs. So it feels almost like there's a disconnect between the outer world and the inner world for you. It feels like those signs and those in-betweens, they kind of feel like your compass is spinning in circles. But just take pause and take note of whatever comes up, whatever messages, whatever signs that you're getting, because even if it doesn't make sense now, it might not be for you now. It might be for you later. So chew on them a bit. Don't forget them. Take note of them, and just try to breathe through the rest of this transit, because it's kind of a hard placement for it to go through as your 12th house. I also put that for, for your pros here. Some of the strengths with this for you is that the 12th house is what's hidden, and you love a good mystery. So enjoy the info that's uncovered for you or for others during this time. It's a gift. So again, the sun and Mars illuminating things, there's some secrets or there's some information that might be coming to the surface that you weren't expecting or that feels a bit uncomfy, but really it's a gift and it's an opportunity for you to utilize that for your power and for, taking steps forward that feel good for you. And then the last thing I have for you is like tools or power suggestions. Pay close attention to your dreams, whether it is in sleep, whether they are daydreams, whether they are spiritual dreams like your meditation or, the things that come through in tarot readings or spirit messages from your guides or whatever messages and dreams you have. Pay close attention to them again, because if your signs don't make sense now, have patience and faith that they might not be for you right now. They might be for you after October 18th. Okay? Thank you very much. Coming in, Scorpio risings. Your song association, I love this song association that I picked for you. So please, all my Scorpio risings, go listen to this because it just fits all aspects of what we talked about, as well as Scorpio energy and 12th house energy. The song is Bang, Bang, by Lizzie McAlpine. It's Mcalpine. I might make a Spotify playlist and link it in the description box below for all of these to make it easier for everyone to find. But I didn't do that yet, so give me some time. If it's not up right away, I might do that. Bang by Lizzie McAlpine. It is dreamy, it is spooky, it is dark, and it's very meta. So, very emotional. So that is it for Scorpio risings, my little purple devil horned emojis. Let me go back and read just a little bit to see if there's any comments here. My baby sis is a Scorpio rising with Pluto in first house. Ooh, shit. She always looks like she's in emotional pain and angry, but I love her so much. Oh my God, I love that. That is very textbook. Oh, I love that. Woohoo, live Sammy. Hey Edith, what's up, babe? Wendy is a Scorpio rising. Love that. All right. So that is your message. It's very meta. It's very, my Scorpio babies are not dealing with as much of the trivial day-to-day nuisances and things from Mercury retrograde, because the 12th house doesn't give a shit about that. It's really what's the deep stuff, your subconscious, your shadow work. I mean, it's time for you to, if not do the work with your shadows, it's time for you to assess and revisit what shadows are your shadows, because they might become illuminated with the sun there right now. You feel me? Who am I with this mini microphone? I feel like I just stepped into an alternate person. I want to know what the tea is. The tea, Laura, is my favorite tea. At least my favorite tea that's in bag form. Obviously, loose tea just hits different, but I've been bragging about this tea. It's Stash, and it's called Breakfast in Paris. It is like lavender vanilla or something like that, which is crazy because the other day I said I don't like the smell of lavender. I don't hate the taste vanilla. Vanilla. I love lavender. I love anything lavender. I would just become lavender plant if I could when I reincarnate. But vanilla is not my favorite, but it's really nice for the tea. So it's called Breakfast in Paris Stash. It's a very good. It's like a purple, like a light lavender color on the box. I can't find it in many stores, so I have to buy it online a lot of the times. In QC, we sometimes have a lavender yogurt. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so we're wrapping up with Scorpio risings. I hope that you, good luck. I love you all. So next we have Sag rising, Sagittarius rising. Again, if you're coming in late, this really, if you don't know your rising sign, feel free to listen to your sun sign. And if you know your moon sign, you can listen to your moon sign. But you will get the most direct messages and influences by taking a look at your rising or your ascendant. But again, feel free to listen to whatever you need to. So we are dealing with Sagittarius rising. And Sag, y'all are having these transits. Hello? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Okay. Hi. Where are my Sag risings in the house, or my Sag moons, or my Sag suns? For you, I would like a horse. Just give me a horse emoji. Go ahead and drop me some horses. We got horse girls up in here. They just really, how long does it take to mow a very small front yard with standing riding lawnmowers? I don't. Chop chop boys. You can do it. Oh, okay, he's gone. Where are my Sag risings? Sag, sun, or moon babies? Oh, and my baby sis is a Scorpio moon too. Oh my God, that's a lot. Pluto in the first house in Scorpio, as well as Scorpio rising and moon. Does she wear all black and have like tattoos of skulls? And that's very textbook. My lazy husband has Sagittarius rising. Love. Oh my God, Ursula from Northern Ireland. Oh my God, you're cracking me up. My lazy husband. Oh my God. Yuria says I'm a Sag Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Okay, so I would definitely listen up to this. I would say definitely more direct for the risings, but yeah, if you have that much Sag energy, just maybe pipe one little ear up to this. Hi, it's everyone coming in. All right, so we've started at Libra rising and we are now at Sag rising. So Sag, this is transiting your 11th house. It's the house of what you aspire. I aspire. And it really deals with friends, social awarenesses, community groups, technology, hopes and wishes. It's really about like group contributions, right? Leo rising in the chat. Yes. So, okay. For Sag, y'all are so free and optimistic, expansive. You're really the explorers of the zodiac. And I feel like one of the pros to these transits for you with Mercury retrograde in Libra, and we having the sun and Mars as well in the same space in the 11th house for you, is that it's an opportunity to see your current social and group interactions with a fresh set of eyes. So what areas do you like, what areas is your spidey senses tingling with a need to bring balance and peace to any of the groups in your life or your friends in your life? It's not your job to bring that peace, but Mercury and the Sun and Mars in Libra in this sector of your life in your chart really gives you the opportunity to kind of be the crack of the whip or the mouth of the operation to really say like, all right, you little shits, let's listen up. We need to work better together. We need to have some more awareness socially over our contributions as a group as a whole. And I feel like this is a good space for Sag to make some really big power moves if done correctly. Now, some of the challenges here. I mean, on a really basic level, we might have some technology glitches. We might become a little bit obsessive over the way we're thinking about some of the ways we're keeping peace. So we do want to make sure we're giving our energy and attention to it and then stepping back when necessary because we don't want to like beat it over the head. You know what I mean? Sag, you can kind of sometimes do that. You're a little bit extreme sometimes. So technology glitches is like the minor nuisances of what happens during Mercury retrograde, but because it's happening in your 11th house, this might be affecting you a little bit more impactful. Groups of friends might be just acting a fool. If not even friends, just groups of people in general, like people at your work, you might feel disconnected, might feel like no one's on the same page. Watch what your feisty tongue says, okay? Because we do have Aries here, it's riling things up, and while our intention is to keep the peace, we want to make sure we're not stirring the shit pot even more. So make sure you think before you shout. I mean, speak. Sag risings. Do you know what I mean? You feel me? So, because y'all are blunt and we love that for you, but also Mercury's in Libra, which is let's all get along. We don't need to be making it. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. Alyssa says, hey, Samly, finally catching up on one of these lives. Hey, Alyssa. Lucy V, hello. Sun Sag, Moon Sag, and Rising Aries. All right. So, Lucy, even though this is not for your rising sign, I would just keep a little ear out for the messages coming through here with the Sag rising. But you're definitely going to want to tune in when we get to Aries. We did start at Libra, so you haven't missed it. Wendy, thanks. Disconnected is it. Wendy, what? 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 Eureka says, as a Sag Mercury, I can relate so much. Well, good, and I'm sorry. So the last thing that I want to say for you is, okay, actually I have two more things for Sag risings. Get clear on what you aspire to be, do, and live by. So getting rid of like the groups, getting rid of like the friends, getting rid of like the social awareness that is being presented to you with these transits, it's really an opportunity as well because this 11th house, is a space for you to think about what you aspire, like your hopes and wishes. And with Mercury retrograde in Libra, it's really an opportunity for you to rethink and reassess, get clear on what you aspire to be, you aspire to do, and how you aspire to live by. This is really important for you to utilize the energy, the fire, the illumination of the sun and Mars here, and then wait to really make any big money moves until maybe if you can. If not, that's fine, until after Mercury goes direct, because those things will really land and hit the target a little bit more bullseye than they might right now. So for tools and powers for this transit for you, for the rest of Mercury retrograde, they're blowing everything off now. Good Lord. Of course, I can't stress enough like how Mercury retrograde this is that I decided to start this when they're the landscaping people have come and they're starting with the front yard right where I'm at. Eureka says, as a Sag Mercury, I can relate so much. We already read that. Okay. So the last thing for tools and powers and suggestions here for my Sagittarius risings, maybe sun and moon as well. Use your unwavering optimism to your advantage with your mind to mouth ratio, right? With your rallying per se. You can really rally the groups, rally the troops, and rally your needs to be met, your hopes and wishes to be focused, to be more laser focused by using your unwavering optimism. Sun and Mars will help you talk and take any action necessary to push your cause, but it doesn't mean that everyone will like it. So take your time, okay? Sometimes making moves, saying and rallying the troops, there will be pushback, and that's okay, so long as you don't just like off with their heads, Queen of Hearts them. Like they need to be, you need to walk in their shoes as well a little bit. Okay. But, you know, you've got the power. Sag risings, your song is Aurora Queendom. So Aurora and Queendom, Queendom. Just is like very empowerment, very group oriented, very like just it's very Sag in the 11th house transits. Okay? Really like it, vibe with it, listen to it, embrace it, even if you hate it. Maybe just see what comes up for you when you listen to it or you read the lyrics. Optimism, yes. Okay, I need to keep going because it's already been 50 minutes. I mean, we did spend about a half hour in the beginning just going through, you know, the extra things and isms, but we need to speed it up a little bit if I want to get through everybody before I need to go to my appointment. So we are now dealing with Capricorn risings. So if you're a sun or moon in Capricorn, feel free to listen up. This is for you as well, but you're going to get more direct messages with your rising sign being or your ascendant being in Capricorn. So where are my Capricorn risings? Please give me a little mountain. I want a mountain here for Capricorn. Mountain emojis. And if you're watching the playback of this, feel free to put them in the comments. So Capricorn, you know, this is a nice placement for you guys to be dealing with as well. It might not feel that way right now because it's kind of annoying. So your pros and your cons or your challenges and your strengths for this transit, for these transits and for the rest of Mercury retrograde are one and the same. So I put it's a positive because it's in the 10th house, which is really natural for you, but it's also a weakness and maybe a challenge because it's in the 10th house and it's natural for you. So the 10th house is really about I achieve. It's your career, it's your achievements, it's structures, it's authority figures, public image, like your reputation, and really your overall outer world. And because you all are so ambitious and structured yourself, you're responsible, you're really the goal setters of the zodiac. This can be really charged up because you've got Mars, you've got the sun. It's really giving you power and focus and light in the sector of the place that you feel comfy and that you feel, you know, you feel best in is the 10th house, really. It's kind of aligning with your vibe. However, it's irritating because there's Mercury retrograde in Libra, and Mars sometimes brings, again, accidents, chaos, those sorts of things. If it's not giving you like gas pedal, it's giving you, you know, a bump on the head. You know what I mean? It's bringing, instead of bringing like a chopped salad, it's bringing like a chopped finger. I don't mean that literally. I mean metaphorically, but maybe literally. Maybe you went to make I'm just saying. So really, some of the struggles moving forward with this for you might be delays, restrictions, miscommunications on your goals, especially when it comes to career or any sort of achievement-focused sector of your life. Current workplace, current any place where authority figures are for you as well, which tends to be, again, a lot of work or things like that. You know, you might be feeling a little bit of disconnect, a little bit like you're not being heard, or feeling like you can't get your needs met, or your plans just keep falling through, or you keep trying to set these goals or work on these things or start new projects, and it just, you know, that the fire and the passion and the illumination is there, but just something feels a bit disconnected for you in this area. Now, a pro, again, is that it's happening in the 10th house, which is like energies and focus that you're really used to. I can't with this fucking landscaping. It's comical almost. Okay. So some of the strengths for you here, Capricorn risings, is that it's an opportunity to rethink your structures and your communication strategies you currently have surrounding authority figures and your vision board. Okay, so what I can suggest for you is like taking a look and reassessing what your goals are, how you have gone about achieving them. Are they still goals that you even really want to be achieving? Like, is it worth it? Is there some things that we need to pull off our vision board to make room to add other things on there? Is there goals that we started that just don't seem like the outcome is going to be what we expected? Or is there new goals that when Mercury goes back direct, we can take action on? Because right now it's really good to plan all of that. Now, tools and power suggestions for you during this time in regards to that is finish the things you have already started if they are remaining on that vision board. So if you reassess and you take a look like, you know what, no, those achievements are something I still want to strive for. Those are goals that really mean a lot to me still. And I think that they hold weight and purpose in my life. So if they're staying on that vision board, if there's still purpose and there's still like really clear direction and it feels like it aligns with you right now, then finish them or do the work to get to the next step in your road to finishing them. You do not need to start another project. We need to see work and energy in the current mountain you are climbing. Not to say that Capricorns and Capricorn risings are typically starting a lot of new things, but I mean if you're mixed with things like more mutable signs or more, if you've got Gemini energy and you're a Capricorn rising, like do not start another project, okay? Don't do it. Now is not the time. You've got Mars and you've got the sun here helping you to push, to give you that energy to complete some things or to take the movement forward in doing those. All right, so your song suggestion or association to vibe with for the rest of this Mercury retrograde and on is Don't Lose Sight by Lawrence. It's jazz. It's like, ooh, it's spicy, it's upbeat, it's very empowering, it's very motivating, and it's sassy. It's sassy. I really like it. All right. Yay, Cappy. Okay, so that was for my Capricorn risings, my Capricorn ascendants. And if you have a Capricorn sun or moon, hopefully you found some value from that as well. But yeah, I feel like as long as you guys buckle down and you really get clear on what it is that you're trying to achieve and maybe some of the structures in which you go about achieving it, make sure that you get a fresh set of eyes. Go within and take a look at like the purpose in which you started climbing that mountain in the first place. And is it worth it, or is it better use of your time to come back down the mountain and head up a different one? Next, moving on, we have Aquarius, my little alien babies. Where are my Aquarius risings and even my Aquarius sun or moon signs? Again, the rising sign will tell you a little bit more specifically about this, how this will affect you, but feel free to listen up. For Aquarius, I mean, we just got to go with the alien emoji. It's just my favorite. I love it. It just fits y'all really well. So if you are Aquarius energy, feel free to leave me some alien emojis in the live chat or in the playback comments. So for my Aquarius risings, this is taking place in your 9th house. So Mercury retrograde in Libra, as well as Mars and the sun are transiting your 9th house currently. The 9th house, ooh, Laura says, I'm an alien sun sign. The 9th house, I just really like Aquarius dealing with 9th house transits. It feels right. Feels right. But the 9th house is all about really, I explore, right? And from the alien signs here, we have this need and want to explore in unique and shocking different ways. But the 9th house is really the house in the energy sector of philosophy, travel, higher education. It is knowledge and beliefs, ethics, and any expanded horizons. And for my little eccentric, rebellious, revolutionary, future-focused humanitarians of the zodiac, my Aquarius babies, your beliefs and knowledge at this time might be feeling a bit squeezed or tested. This is an opportunity for you to assess what that's doing for you and how that's bringing up maybe some questioning on your current beliefs and knowledge, and as well as taking a look at what's worth putting your energy and time into philosophizing. Philosophizing? Is that a fucking word? Philosoph. Is that a word? It felt right. All right, so some struggles here with Mars and the Sun and Mercury retrograde in Libra in your ninth house is really like, I mean, on a basic level, it's delays or maybe a misdirection or some struggles with any type of schooling you might be doing or education of that matters. If you're in some sort of a course or if you're trying to learn how to do something or you're kind of having some, you're trying to look into expanding your ideas and surroundings on your belief systems, there might be some delays or misdirections, or it might feel like maybe something's not completely sticking. And maybe you're getting mixed information, like you're hearing one thing from one teacher and one thing from another. Or even if you're like on YouTube trying to learn something, you might hear one thing from one YouTuber, and then, not that I'm implying you should get all of your information from YouTube, but if you're here, I have to assume that you utilize YouTube for some sort of educational or entertainment purposes. And you might be hearing one thing from one person and then the complete opposite from another. So you kind of have to discern. Like I said, it's like your beliefs and knowledge might feel like it's getting a bit squeezed or tested at this time. I know that you're naturally future focused, but try glancing behind you a bit and how you came to be where you currently are. That's one of the ways in which I feel like this can turn from like a challenge to an opportunity as a gift for you to not only be, it's helpful to be in the present, but because Aquarius energy and even in the ninth house, it's so future focused that I find to balance and see and to seat yourself in the present, it might be beneficial for you to glance backwards and be like, who was I yesterday? Who was I a week ago? Who was I a year ago? Who was I when I was a child? And how did I come to be where I am now? And then look at where you're going forward and the overall belief system from it. So from the pros, like the strengths type of aspect of this, the ninth house feels like a charged and comfy space for your alien inventive energy to explore. During this retrograde, reshape the narrative around you, how you navigate experiences and beliefs in your life. Are they working? Do they need to be pushed? Can they flex a bit? I know that sometimes my Aquariuses can feel like they're really inclusive, and for the most part y'all are really inclusive, but sometimes it goes extremist. So this is what I put for the final thought on my Aquarian babies. Take a look at everyone's side. Walk in their shoes, even if they're stinky and ugly. Okay, like just make sure that you're using your power of the inclusivity that you have. As inclusive you can be, you can also be extremist. So let the Libra Mercury energy help you find peace and balance between the two. Okay? We want to unite. We want to feel inclusive. We want to feel that everybody is connected to everyone and everyone is unique and a shining bright star in their own way. But to get there, sometimes we hold very extremist views or we go about things in a very like extremist way to kind of push those thoughts, those feelings, those conversations. So maybe take the balance and the grace and the peacemaking vibes that Libra presents here with the Sun, the Mars, and Mercury all in Libra, and find a happy balance in between those two. Your song association is Zella Day, Man on the Moon. Zella Day, Day, and then the song is called Man on the Moon. It just feels right. It's happy, it's joyful, it's expansive, it feels very sag, optimistic, but it has a little bit of that weirdness to it. Hello, y'all. Libra here. Hi, Storybook Tarot. Long time no see. Yeah, we've worked together before. So I always forget people's like YouTube names, but sometimes I can see your profile pictures, and it reminds me of who you are that way. So if we've ever worked together and am acting like I don't know who you are, it's because your YouTube name is confusing. I might like it, but it might like disconnect me from who y'all are. Okay, so moving right along, we have any questions, anything to wrap up so far? I think I just burped in the mini mic, so apologies. I have too much power with this thing. There's too much power right now. Um, does anybody have any questions as we go on? If for signs that we've already covered, because if we haven't covered your sign, your rising, or anything yet, please hold off on those questions. Shut up. Laughing at me. All right, let's finish up with Pisces and then we can go back around the wheel and start with Aries and make our way all the way back to the end because we started at Libra. All right, so for my Pisces risings, where are my Pisces risings? My Pisces sun and moon, welcome to comment your emojis as well. I would like you to comment. I would like you to give me the emoji of a cloud. That feels right. A cloud. A cloud emoji. It can be stormy. 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 Have you seen the freaking TikToks or videos of people who like imitate Kylie Jenner saying, Stormy? Stop, Stormy. You're so cute, baby. Stormy. It cracks me up. If you're watching the playback of this, feel free to comment your lovely little clouds. Libra sun, Pisces moon, Aries rising. Oh, shit. All right, so for the Pisces moon and sun, listen up with one ear. But for the Pisces risings, listen up with both ears, eyes, mouth, soul, heart. This is for you. So might change my name back to Inspiring Alien. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. Damn Gemini. I really liked your Inspiring Alien, but I support you in any of the unique changes that you want to make. But I remember you and know you as Inspiring Alien. Like I know who you are by your new name and like your I see your picture, but like I really just felt like Inspiring Alien fit you. But I don't want to like box you in because I know you're Aquarius, so heaven forbid. Hell forbid. Okay, so Pisces. Pisces, listen, this is happening in your 8th house. Okay, this is heavy. This is a lot for my little Aquarius babies. This is a lot for you. I feel for my Pisces during this time because I do feel like these transits might be hitting you a little bit deeper than some of the other signs. The 8th house, where the sun, Mars, and currently Mercury retrograde in Libra are taking place and taking transit in your chart, is really a space where we listen to the vibes of I circulate. The 8th house is transformation, it's shared finances, sex, debt, power, secrets, and overall just shared resources. Okay. This is really about stuff that comes out from other people as well as deep transformation here. It's kind of like the underworld of it's like a little bit of the underworld or the shadow space of the houses, right? So I know my little emotional, artistic, intuitive, compassionate dreamers of the zodiac, Pisces, might feel a bit much right now. But for example, well, let me get into it and I'll give you an example. But some of the difficulties that you might be going through currently is that this is just a heavy place for my Pisces babies to be. I need you to be brave and see this circulating power center of the 8th house as an opportunity to do the shadow work that is necessary, but that you really want to avoid and escape. If you don't want to do the work, do the acknowledgement on what the shadows are in the first place, okay? My Pisces love to just like check out and go somewhere else that's safe and happy and fun and cute. And while that is all good and well, sometimes Mercury retrograde forces us to at least acknowledge, if not deal with. And because we have Mars and the sun here, a lot of those shadows, it's like someone taking a flashlight and kind of like going through a dark alley. It's like we see those things. It's harder to avoid them. It's harder to, push them aside. And whether you have to take actual action on it with Mars is really kind of by trial basis, like by basis per person. But I will say that Mars is bringing some spicy, fiery action and motivation somewhere along the lines within this. Some of the pros or some of the strengths during this transit or these transits for you is that, listen, your compassion and empathy towards others will come in handy, but not only for those around you, but for yourself if you choose to use it that way. Okay. Your compassion is not only for other people, it's also a really great tool to use for yourself. Have grace and compassion for yourself at some of these really deep things that you might be feeling or going through. Now, I put don't cut yourself on the sharpest tools. Use them to cut out the bullshit and heaviness so you don't take it with you when Mercury goes direct. This is an opportunity in the space of the eighth house for transformation. Think of it as like, what happens when we go through the death card or the devil card or the tower card, and like what happens when we come out of that. Like being in the bubble is not so good. It doesn't feel good. But when we come out of it, we have the star card. We have the breath of fresh air. We have the opportunity at a new beginning. And it might feel a little like, but there is benefit in cleaning up the dark corners of our closet. So allow this as an opportunity for a fresh start. And if you don't freshen up when the start happens, you're going to be bringing some shit with you. So it's up to you, but be compassionate towards yourself. I put, don't take out your insecurities of your shadows on your loved ones. It's not their fault. And they don't need to be your sounding board for you not being able to feel confident in dealing with your shadow. I know I'm really driving this home with Pisces, and I might be giving you a little bit of tough love. So if you're crying, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You can get through it. But I do feel like Pisces, this might be hitting you a little bit harder. So, for example, my husband we're moving out of this house, and it is our friend's house. It's my husband's best friend who passed away, and we're helping his wife, who is also one of our best friends. But it's a lot right now for my husband to be dealing with. And he is a Pisces rising, and emotionally, it's not an easy thing to be doing. To be acknowledging mind and mouth of what it is, the circumstance that we're going through, as well as having to take action, Mars and the sun of like, everyone knows, everyone's helping, everyone's getting this rallying together. And whether he likes it or not, this is happening, and it's up to him and up to all of you. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him out, but it's too late now, to really take advantage of this time to do some healing and to do, to acknowledge some of the things that are happening here. Are we good? Did all of my Pisces leave and cry in a corner? It's okay. I love you. Aquarius DC only. It's weird that that's the really only Aquarius. Well, asteroids, that's the one, mind and mouth, love that. Yeah. Okay. Inspiring alien. You just exude so much Aquarius. I just feel it. I don't know. Maybe it's probably the Gemini. Gemini, if you want to be Aquarius, the Gemini can morph into whatever it needs to be. All right, how do we feel, Pisces? Are we okay? That was a lot. I'm going to go and move on. We're going to start from the beginning because we started with Libra. So we're coming and making our way around to Aries. I know we had a couple Aries risings in the chat. So let me take just a brief breather here and check in. This microphone. Are y'all sick of it yet? Everybody, when I plugged it in, was like, the audio's so much better. And now you probably are like wishing you probably would have told me that it was shit so that I wasn't so obnoxious with it. Maybe not. Maybe you're loving it like I am. Are we all good? Do we have any questions? Is there anything we want to share? Any experiences that the rising signs that we've already covered have gone through? Anything that's connected or maybe not made sense to you? Is there anything that we want to share? There's quite a few number of you here, so if you're just listening in the background, waiting for your sign to come around, that's totally fair and just, and that's fine. But yeah, waiting for Aries. All right, fine, Lucy. I'll cut this shit. I'll get to it. God, you're such an Aries, such an Aries rising. You're like, yeah, I'm waiting. Hurry up. It's my turn. Mood. Okay. So starting at the beginning here with Aries, I love this for you. I really do. Whereas I was like, Pisces, hold tight. I love you. But Aries, it's like, okay, this is good for you. I feel like there's a lot of things that a lot of benefits to these transits for you. There's still challenges. There's still things that, could be having some heads butting here. But overall, this is transiting your seventh house, which is your partnerships. It's relationships, contracts, one-on-one partnerships. It's overall awareness of others. Whereas when I told Libra, this is about me. What about me? Aries, you do that enough. It's not about you anymore. It's about you and others. Okay. Oh, what are Aries emojis? Thank you, Eureka. I want like the strong emoji, like you know what I mean? Like the muscle emoji. That feels good. And I've been using that a lot lately and I don't know why. So for it, it's not only about you right now, Aries. It's about we, not me. And it doesn't mean that you can't focus on yourself, but it means you also have to focus on the lens of how it affects the dynamic of the other people that you're surrounded with, whether they're romantic partnerships, whether they're business partnerships, whether it's the daily interactions between you and a Starbucks barista. It doesn't matter. They're one-on-one relationships and the energy that flows in between you and others. Now, on a really annoying level, it might be just like arguments with your partners or miscommunication or things not landing or people not feeling like they're on the same page. Not everything is an invitation to throw hands, though, Aries rising. I know that comes really easy for you, is just to bark and have a bit of like, you know what I mean? But not every miscommunication, not every, you know, disagreement or seeing of eyes is an opportunity for you to just throw hands. I can't find it, so you did the meat on a bone. Oh God, that was awesome. So yeah, not everything is an invitation for you to throw hands. Okay. I know that comes natural. I know that that's like what you want to do. But really, this is a gift for you to find new ways to connect with others in your life. So the sun and Mars will bring action and energy into the seventh house for you. So again, if you're like swiping on Tinder and like something comes up, feel free to explore. There's a lot of energy, action, and passion. Although, because we're in a Mercury retrograde, people might be really good at either catfishing or telling you what you want to hear, or, you know what I mean? Maybe you might think it's going to be a forever thing and then you're like, turns out it's just a fuck buddy, but that's fine too. Mars gives you that gift and that's totally fine. Lucid, type strong, and it should pop up in your emotion. There it is, Lucy. Yeah. Okay. I really enjoyed the meat on a bone though too. That's very Aries. So this is really, an opportunity and a gift for you to find new ways to connect and to communicate with others in your life. So if you typically have, a certain style in which you communicate with your romantic partners or the other people in your life, like, one-on-one relationships with friends, again, business partners, the day-to-day coworker relationships that you have, those sorts of things. If there's a way that's communicating that is no longer working for you, maybe reassess that and take stock of like, what are their needs in the ways that you communicate, and what is the needs of you as a team or as both as a partnership, and is there any way in which it could be improved, as well as now is a really great time to take a look at who are the most important people and relationships in your life. What are the roles that they play in your current life and vice versa? What are the roles that you play in theirs? Assess or reassess those ride or dies in your life, because you need to give thanks and have gratitude for them currently because they put up with your shit. Period. I mean, you put up with theirs, but they really put up with your shit. Ooh, we're getting a package. The dogs are about to scream. The dogs are about to scream. Ooh, maybe not. He was quick. He threw that shit. He said, I got other places to go. Bye, sir. Bye. Thank you for delivering my package. I wonder what it is. All right, Aries, really, this is about how you're communicating, how you're thinking, how you're manifesting in your mind, your mouth to take action and to bring light and energy to your one on one partnerships. So, if you got disagreements, if you got miscommunications, if you got things going on that just feels like they're not driving well, hold tight until after Mercury is, done retrograde and going more direct on October 18th, and maybe flesh out some new ways to communicate, some new ways to interact. Maybe reach out to some friends that you haven't to in a while and just see how they're doing. And don't just talk about yourself the whole time. Ask them how they're doing and listen. I love you, Aries risings. I love you. Your song association is Baby Don't Leave Me Alone with My Thoughts by Lake Street Dive. Lake Street Dive. Baby Don't Leave Me Alone with My Thoughts. It's really interesting because Aries does well independently, even though you might like partnerships and you might have other placements or indications that you do work well in groups. Most of the time, my Aries risings are good and independent and can handle their own and don't mind taking action, and making decisions by themselves. But there's something about that song that is really like, no, come and hang out with me. I need you right now. Like, don't leave me alone with my thoughts. Mercury's retrograde in Libra, and I just really I'd love to hang out with you. I'd love to, I'd love to talk with you as a partner. So that is your song, Aries Risings. Anybody have any questions? Anything they want to bring up? I feel called out, Laura said. Laura says. Why? Because I said they put up with your shit. All right, moving on. We have Taurus. Taurus babies. My Taurus babies. I would love, we got the sixth house. I would like to see, it's hard for me to think about the emojis without seeing them. How about some leaves? I want some leaves for Taurus. That's boring, I know, but you can pick whatever leaf you want. Talking of Taurus, I need to make food in the middle of the night. I know I was gonna do a pizza slice, but maybe pizza slices and leaves. It's fine. Taurus energy. There we go. Liz, what's up, Liz? Hey, Liz, piping up for my Taurus risings, my Taurus ascendants. If you're a sun or moon in Taurus, feel free. Hello, focus on me. Hey, if you're a Taurus sun or moon, feel free to listen up with one ear. But if you are rising or ascendant, again, both ears, eyes, soul, nose, mouth, just take it all in, okay? Because this is going to be more direct for you specifically in your life because of the transit and placement. Now, Taurus, this is taking place in your sixth house. How's it been going so far for you? I'm a little worried about my Taurus risings. Even my Taurus moon and suns, because I do feel like this could affect you. But the sixth house is the center in the house of service. So it's I serve. It's about our physical health. It is about our work, our habits, our daily life in general. Very retrograde-y. I know my slow and steady, practical, logical, and stubborn earth babies of the zodiac, my little Taurus people. Listen, the sixth house transits with the sun, Mars, and Mercury, especially Mercury being retrograde in Libra, I put aches, pains, and sprains. Now, I don't want to doom and gloom you into having injuries. That's not where I'm going here. But whenever we have transits, especially when Mars is transiting the sixth house, it is an opportunity for us to have action and passion and focus mentally on reassessing, reevaluating, reorganizing our structures around, our health and our physical connections to ourselves, as well as how it serves others and the work that we do in our daily life that is maybe of service to other people. When we feel good, we're able to help others. And that's really a big sixth house thing. I put aches, pains, and sprains. I said, look, I'm not saying that you're broken or you're going to break, but go easy on your mind to body ratio. Like, think about your body and its connection energetically to your daily life wellness. Okay. I really think that this is a wonderful time for us to think about the ways in which we move our body. Mars brings action, and Taurus risings, y'all, can be a little bit of couch potato energy. Just saying. I didn't, don't shoot the messenger. Okay. I got a Taurus moon. I love me some starchy carbs, but it's not about the fact that you're not able to enjoy the comforts of your material possessions. It's the fact that we need to have a clear, healthy mind body ratio in which we're allowing ourselves to feel comfortable and we're also comfortable in our energy. So, this is also a really wonderful time for you to reorganize and purge. It's a really great opportunity for everybody to reorganize and purge, but specifically for Taurus risings, I was getting that message coming through because the sixth house is our daily life. It's like our to-do list. It's also pets and habits and things like that. But I put the sixth house as habits and service. Serve yourself by making space for new healthy routines. So, whatever that means for you, whether we're talking about the physical body or our overall health and wellness of our day to day routines, take this opportunity with Mercury retrograde in Libra to take a look at like what's out of balance, what's out of whack in our day to day structures and the way that it feels good or doesn't feel good within our physical health. 12th house is mental health, 6th house is physical health, and overall health and wellness. So, some other tools I put: look at yourself, assess your body, assess your daily habits that affect your body. Check that thing off the to do list that you have been avoiding that is starting to create heaviness in your consciousness. Because while you have the energy and the action of Mars and the sun here, use it to help you. Use it to help you in a balanced way. And oh, I think that's what I've got for y'all. Let me just go back in the comments a little bit. Actually, let me tell you your song for my Taurus rising babies. We have the song Back in My Body by Maggie Rogers. I was real proud of myself for this one, so please feel free to give it a listen. First of all, Maggie Rogers is an incredible musical artist. I love Maggie Rogers, but the song Back in My Body it fits for Taurus risings and these transits that you're having through the sixth house. I really like it. So Lunar says, oh snap, that's why everything you said for Libra sun resonated with what I've been feeling because I have Libra moon. Sometimes I forget to look at my moon for horoscopes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are still really intense energies that are, like I said, keep one ear open for the moon and sun signs. But if you know you're rising and you're here and you're able to listen and take in what I'm saying for your rising, it's going to be a little bit more direct and focused on those specific areas because it's telling me in which area it is affecting you specifically. Like what house it's transiting is directly related to what rising sign that you have. Miss Barnes. Hi, Miss Barnes. How are you? I've been listening to you for a few days now, and I have to say you have a beautiful mind and soul. Oh, thank you so much. I love your little unicorn emojis. I have too much power with this mini microphone, so apologies. Scorpio here. Miss Barnes, do you know your rising sign? Because if not, you might have missed the Scorpio. Hi, Ashley. What's up, Ashley Sue? All right, we're moving along. We're doing well. We're speeding things up just a little bit here. And I do feel like we'll be able to get through all of the signs. So that is it for Taurus. Again, aches, pains, and sprains. That could be literally or metaphorically. So just think of the ratio between the mind and the body and how it affects your daily routines and those to-do list things that have been on there for a while that are growing a bit heavy in your consciousness. Now's the time to like check them off. We got the sun, we got Mars giving action and illumination here, as well as, you know, some areas for Mercury retrograde to slow you down. Not that you need to be slowed down, Taurus. You're slow and steady already. Okay. Gemini. What's up, Geminis? Hey. How y'all doing? My Gemini risings. I would love for you to give me, I want like a lightning bolt for Gemini, especially because Gemini, it's transiting the fifth house of creativity. For any of my Gemini risings out there, my Gemini ascendants, I would love to see a lightning bolt emoji, whether you're watching the comments or you're watching the playback. Oh, Ashley Sousa's, what's up? What's up, Gemini rising? Peaceful aura, hey. Hope everything is going well. I know that you popped in earlier. Maybe you can give us a little update if you feel comfortable. So, okay, for Gemini risings, we have that if you are a Gemini sun or moon, feel free to listen up with one ear. But however, this is directly more concrete for those who have Gemini ascendants or rising. Now, Mercury retrograde in Libra, as well as Mars and the sun are both in Libra, and that means it's transiting your fifth house, and that is the center of creativity. It is love and play and joy and children. It is self-expression. It's really personal creativity. And I know that my curious, quick, intellectual communicators of the zodiac, Gemini, can really find a lot of benefits and also a little bit of frustration with these. But I do feel overall my Gemini risings, you know, the stuff that we're kind of being challenged with this is more so just annoying than it is really heavy, like some of the other signs are dealing with the house transits that these are going through. So I want you, and I'm going to give you some tough love because I am a Gemini and I know that I need to hear it as much as you need to hear this. Well, first of all, I would really urge you to watch what you say around children, or to children during this time, because they hear everything, and make sure that it's healthy and helpful. Not that you wouldn't, but that sometimes we can just say whatever we want to say, Geminis, and we think that we're right all the time. And sometimes we don't really realize who's in earshot of what we're doing and what we're saying. And this just came up for me when I was thinking about this transit for Mars and the sun here as well in Mercury retrograde. Like, we just want to make sure that we're mindful of the earshots of children that we have when we're having conversations, especially when they're adult, grown up things. So, some of the struggles is like less talking, more listening. When you do talk, make sure that you listen to what you're saying and is it coming across as you're intended. So, okay. I really feel like I'm going hard with you guys, but you know, it's something that's quite triggering is like all Gemini energy wants to do is be heard. That's all they want. Like, listen to me. Listen to me and hear me and let me say it. I don't care if I take 1,000 years to explain my story. I want to be heard and I need you to listen to me. But it's really important right now for this Mercury retrograde in Libra for it not to just be a conversation of you speaking at somebody, and know that when you are speaking that there's other people involved in the conversation, and that the Mercury retrograde in Libra is a really beautiful time for you to assess the peace and balance between how much you're speaking and how much you're listening. And when you're listening, what are you actually doing when you're listening? We got to make sure that when we listen, we're not just waiting for the next turn to talk. As I hold my mini microphone live where I'm the only one speaking and no one really can interrupt me. I do realize the irony in that, but it's my own healthy medicine as well. Like I said, I'm a Gemini sun, so I have one ear open to these messages for myself. But for Gemini risings, again, we're dealing with this center of creativity where this is really happening. And for the sun and Mars to be in the fifth house, it's a beautiful opportunity for you to think about ways in which you can communicate and express yourself without words. Like dancing is a wonderful way to communicate and to express how you're feeling, what you want to say, what you're trying to do and cultivate. Like find the ways in which you can get creative and artistic, very Libra, and fifth house, in ways in which you can express yourselves and communicate without words. Not to say that you can't use your words, just get unique and get crafty on how you can play and have joy around expressing yourself. I put for tools and power suggestions, slow yourself down and find space where creativity stems from inside of you and reflect how you felt joy or happiness as a child. This is something that I talk about a lot in videos. It's like a lot of inner child play, but specifically a lot right now for Geminis because this Mars, this action, passion, creativity, this like sun illuminating the Libra in the fifth house, like it's a really good opportunity for you to figure out how to play with children or be a child yourself and looking back at the things that you used to enjoy as a child and whether or not you still do that or whether those things are still a part of your everyday joy and happiness. But I really want you to think about the place in which your creativity stems. Is it coming from overstimulation? Is it coming from the spaces in which you actually are giving yourself silence? And I'm not talking about like silence with music, silence with a YouTube video in the background, silence with, you're like, oh my God, I've been silent for like a second. That's crazy. It's crazy for me. No. Give yourself space to be silent and to slow down. And think about where creativity stems for you. Is it when you're actually doing like art? Is it when you're talking to others? Is it when you're going for a walk around the block? Where does that reside? And think about it during this Mercury retrograde in Libra. Your song association is Gnarls Barkley's Smiley Faces. So Gnarls, Gnarls, Barkley, Barkley, and the song is called Smiley Faces. It's very fun, it's upbeat, it's happy, it's playful, and it's a really good song to dance to. So my Gemini risings, is this connecting? Do you have anything to share? Do you have any questions? Hardcore relate. Peaceful aura. Yes, thank you. Thankfully, my partner is okay. This little episode helps us remember we need to take care of our mental health before it shows up as physical pain. Ow, my heart. I'm so glad that everyone's okay and that you see some sort of like forward movement in how this could be a lesson, I guess. But I wish you both well. The last thing I have to say for Gemini, I have highlighted on my sheet. Are we ready for my Gemini rising's final message? I know I already gave you your song, but I forgot that I had this on here too. I'm going to read it word for word. Creation takes balance and attention, which sometimes your flighty little Gemini energy flutters away from. Take stock of extra stimulation or rethink the ways in which you are structuring your time and energy for creativity. And then I put like a little heart because I love you. I mean, I love all of you, but like I hope that I didn't come across too harsh for Geminis because I did tell you basically less talking, more listening, which is one of the best ways to offend a Gemini or Gemini energy. All right, moving on. For this mid-Mercury retrograde check-in, we're in the middle of it. We're going until October 18th or a few days after. We're making our way around. We have 3 more signs to go. If you're coming in late, we did start at Libra. So you can watch the playback if you're here. I hope the numbers don't leave and you're like, shit, I missed it. I would love for you to still hang around. Maybe you have a friend or a loved one with signs that we haven't gone over yet. Make sure if you're here that you give this live stream a thumbs up if you can as well. I know it's like super annoying to say that, but if you can give it a thumbs up, it like just helps the algorithm. It helps me be pushed. It helps for other lovely astrology friends to find us during this. Thank you. I see the likes going up. Thank you so much. And if at any point that you feel like you would like to contribute financially to this live stream, there is a super chat option. It is totally not necessary, but it is really appreciated. And I'm just glad that you're here, if you're here, or if you're watching the playback. If you're watching the playback of this and this is already published and you missed the live stream, there also is a way and a feature. There's a new feature out that's like thanks, and it's next to like the thumbs up and the thumbs down button. And basically, you can like, it's kind of essentially like a tip for the video, and there's different money increments. But again, it's not necessary, but if you feel so inclined, the options are there for you. Okay, so Cancer risings, Cancer little crab babies. I would like for you to give me a house emoji. A house, any sort of house or building that looks like a house emoji, please, and thank you for the Cancer risings. We're here. We've made it, Cancer risings. I know that there were a few of you here and you might have hung around until I got my way back around. Cancer risings. Again, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Please keep one ear open for the Cancer risings. All orifices of your body need to be tuned in on what I'm saying. Cancer, this is happening in your fourth house. Mercury retrograde in Libra, as well as Mars and the Sun, are currently stationed in your fourth house. It is the center of nurturing. It says, I nurture. And this is home, family, foundation, self-care, emotions, and your overall inner world. This is the same that I wrote for Capricorn rising, because Capricorn, all of these transits were happening in the 10th house, which is very Capricorn-esque, and it feels really aligned. Same thing for Cancer. For these to be taking place in your fourth house, it is as much of a strength as it is a weakness. It is happening in your fourth house, which is natural to you, but it's also happening in your fourth house, which is natural to you. Lunar, thank you. Thank you for the $5 tip. I really, really appreciate it. Keep being awesome, even during your difficult days. Remember to breathe. You'll be okay. Everything will be okay. What a fucking beautiful message. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Honestly, the financial like contribution is nice, but the tip, the actual verbiage was really nice. So thank you very, very much. I'm taking that and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. So it's happening in the fourth house for Cancer risings. My little home-centered, emotional, healing nurturers of the zodiac. This feels good for you here, as well as much as it feels like comfy and good, as it's like really uncomfy and good. So we have like the Sun and Mars and Mercury here in the fourth house, and it's really allowing you to focus on the things that make sense to you, like the home and family and your goods and your luxuries and your comforts within the home that you feel nurtured and that you can help nurture others with. However, with the Mercury retrograde, these challenges of like just delays and miscommunications or pauses or setbacks within anything regarding the home or family is like really annoying for you. The example I have is a good one. And it's my roommate, currently Jessica, our friend who we're helping. She's in the other room. She might hear me talking about her. But she has a Cancer rising, and we are both injured. She tore her Achilles heel, and I am getting my MRI today in a little bit to figure out what I did to my knee. But we're trying to sell this house. Very home and very material possession and family heavy, the space in which she feels comfortable and nurtured. And we were supposed to have the photographs taken of the home to put up on the market a week and a half ago. And because of our injuries, we had to delay it. We had to push it back. And we know that this is not very nice. Oh my God. Kate, my lovely Kate. Why would you do that? Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I love you so much. And that little emoji is very, very cute. Everyone, that's my cousin. She my best friend. I talk to her all day, every day, and I love her so much. And I'm gonna interrupt this Cancer message to tell you to check out Sybil Apothecary candles. I talked about it yesterday in our live stream. Kate runs Sybil Apothecary and it is bomb. And if you want 15% off any of your orders at sybilapothecary.com, you can use my code CLOUD9, CLOUDNINE, and you can get 15% off. 15% off. So, Kate, thank you so much. I love you so much for that tip. You do not have to do that, but I love you. And who better to buy candles for the home right now than a Cancer rising? So, y'all really came at a good time. Okay, so this is really as much frustrating as it is within like feeling like there's a disconnect within the home and family, and like maybe things aren't communicating right, or maybe things just feel a bit off, or you're gonna have to delay things, or just feels like maybe the energy charged up in this sector is like it's not it might feel like it's misguided or that we don't have a grasp on it. There is still a lot of light and motivation here, so there's still opportunities to get things done. It might not just be in from point A to point B. You know, you might have to go to C, D, E, F and land, you know, at Z and then come back to B, and that's okay because you're still going to get your needs met. It's still going to happen. It might just not happen in the way or the time in which you were expecting or hoping. Some of the opportunities here is really it's an opportunity to reflect on your mindset that you've adopted with nurturing your emotions and the role that it plays with others. So I want you to use this as an opportunity to think about the ways in which you handle self-care and your emotions, because Mercury here is going to have you reflecting inward on the peace in which you allow yourself to have. Sometimes cancers can have a little bit of codependent vibes, whether it's your moon sign, your rising sign, or your sun sign. And there really can be an imbalance of the ways in which we give in our relationships, our family, or our home life, or the ways that we take from others. And really, it's an opportunity for you to kind of get quiet and reassess the ways in which we nurture ourselves. We fill up our own self-care cup and the ways in which that we are giving that resource to others as well, directly within home and family and things like that. So if you're trying to sell a house as well, Cancer risings, or if there's some sort of something going on in the family or the home and it's being delayed, I feel you. I'm directly related to a Cancer rising and she's doing the best she can. The last thing I want to say is focus on the present and let the pulls from the past and the future melt away. So it's almost like the opposite energy that I gave to my Aquarius babies. So the focus on the present, man, my nostalgia, Kate, nostalgia, my nostalgic Cancer risings, you actually do really well with like being in the past. You know what I mean? Where right now, I know that Mercury retrograde really kind of encourages you to take a look and reassess and go back, but it would be in your best benefit to try and let the future and the past meld away until October 18th and really just settle into where you're at now, how you feel now, what you need to do now, today. What do you need to do today? What do you need to feel today? And then let go of the rest of it. Okay. But ultimately, again, I think the stuff for the Cancer is really annoying. And depending on your other signs, it could be a little bit more emotionally charged, but you can do it. Your song association is Catch and Release. I forgot to put the artist's name, but it's Catch and Release, specifically the Deep End remix. So it's if you just put in Catch and Release and look for the Deep End remix, and Deep End is no spaces, so DEEPEND remix, Catch and Release. It just felt right. I can't explain it. Some of them are like real obvious, and some of them I'm like, yeah, this just feels right. Ashley Sue says, my Cancer sun feels the house thing too. What's going on with you, boo? What's going on? My lethargic Mars. So cute. Can I tell that story, Kate, real quick? Is that okay with you? We have 2 more signs to go. Yes. Okay. So Kate has a spicy little daughter, and she cracks me up. Her name is, her name's P. We'll just say P. And P the other day came in and like flopped on Kate's bed and was like, "Ugh, I'm just so nostalgic right now." And Kate's like, "Yeah, are you? Are you?" She's like, "Yeah, just so nostalgic right now." Kate's like, "Baby, do you mean lethargic?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm so lethargic right now." So now I'm always gonna think of that when I say the word nostalgia or even lethargic. So thank you for that, Kate. She just told me that today. My little cutie pea. Okay, so we have two more left. Where are my, thank you for hanging out, deciding whether to build and sell or stay and save. It's definitely been an annoyance, like you said. Yeah, I would just say no decisions if possible until after October 18th, but it's not even more of an annoyance, Ashley. It's going to be an opportunity for you to like use the action and the illumination of the sun and Mars here in the fourth house, but make sure that we're like really getting our mind right, and you know, we might not be sure because Mercury's retrograde. We might like just be really torn. Also, y'all, Libra is super indecisive. So if you can hold off making decisions and just plan and just strategize and like see both sides of the decisions you could make, and then that Mars, that sun might really activate which road to go on once Mercury goes a little bit more direct for you. Yes, I'm here. I almost lost my internet because my phone died. I know I really got to hurry it up. I'm on 12%. We only got two signs left to go. So Leo risings. Hey, Leo. I would really love to see a brain emoji from you, which is not what I would normally say for my Leo risings. However, the brain emoji fits because these transits are happening in your third house. So where my Leo risings at? Again, my Leo suns, my Leo moons, I would like you to keep one ear open, but really for my Leo risings, this is going to hit home and drive the center of which this is going to, go for you a little bit more direct. All right, we got a brain emoji. We got at least one Leo rising here. So, Leo, oh, we got two brains. We got a lot of brains up in here. Leo risings, the big brain. We have your Mercury retrograde in Libra, as well as Mars and the Sun transiting your third house. This is I think space. This is the space of I think. It is the home of communication, of siblings, of social activities, early education, the mind, and really your immediate environment. So, a lot of like the commuting, the day to day, back and forth, like what's happening in your immediate environment. So, Ursula, goody, my turn. I don't know how to do emojis on this laptop, so roar. All right, cool. After All right, after this, I'm finally cooking, so I don't have to do it tomorrow. Love that. Okay, so for my Leo risings, I know you're joyful and creative. You radiate. You're extremely dramatic. And you're like the attention magnets of the zodiac. So I know that this could be. It's reconnecting. Oh, I'm live. Okay, this could be quite a powerful transit for you right now, or this could be quite a frustrating. I mean, I feel like that's for everyone because we have these other influences of Mars and the Sun. But listen, you might find that you can't find the right words currently, or maybe you're feeling a little unheard or unseen, which is not what my Leo rising's like, okay? Maybe you're a bit tongue-tied, and maybe you should take that as a sign. Okay? This is what I put for you. I put, you can talk to a brick wall all day, but if you pick up the phone and say something to somebody else, what are they going to say back to you? And at this current space and time with Mercury retrograde in Libra, I feel like Again, it's a center and a space for you to be thinking on how you communicate with others, how your social activities navigate the way in which you find confidence and creativity within yourself. There's Mars, there's the sun here. So there is this like, you might be feeling super passionate and super like inspired to write, but you don't know where to start. Do you know what I mean? Or you like have a concept for an idea for something, but you can't find the space or attention to actually get it on paper, or vice versa. You put something on paper and you're like, well, now what do I do with it? There's like a disconnect between this sector of our mind and our mouth. And for Leos, it might be affecting you in challenging ways when it comes to your ego or the way in which you're feeling seen and heard. I would say that this is a really wonderful opportunity for you to get new ideas and to find a new angle on what you think and what you value. So, journal, sing, write, learn, use that throat chakra and flex it in ways, not in necessarily new ways, but in ways that you used to that you haven't in a while. I just really am getting this like throat chakra energy for Leo risings. And again, we're not talking at someone, we're not talking at a brick wall. It's a two-way street, and it's really good to bounce ideas off of other people during this time with the Libra energy super, super radiated with the sun and Mars. Like, ask your friends to troubleshoot or to kind of hear things, but don't take it so personally if they give you criticism and you don't want the criticism. Do you know what I mean? Again, you could talk at a brick wall all day, but if you pick up the phone and you talk to somebody, what are they going to say back to you? And how are you feeling about what they're saying? Okay? All right. I would say that the most like stereotypical Mercury retrograde shit is also happening to Leo because communication and the third house is really Mercury vibes. So double check, triple check those emails or those text messages. And this is what I put. Okay, listen up real close, Leo risings. If you're going to scroll deep dive into someone's social media account, don't come crying to me when you accidentally like a photo from 2014. And I can tell you that all day. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So, bye. You can not. Why? Why? I said bye. Bye. Why would you bark at him? He's so nice to you. He's so nice to you. The dogs, I swear. Um, Listen, don't come crying to me, Leo risings, when you're deep diving and you're scrolling on that social media and you accidentally like someone that you like a photo from someone you don't actually like or an ex or whatever. You know how like you see those things from Mercury retrograde? Like, are you the one with your ex in your DMs this Mercury retrograde, or are you the ex in the DMs this Mercury retrograde? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Watch the ways in which you communicate and the ways in which you think about how you come up with ideas, how you process your information. Have fun with it. Be joyful and creative and radiating like you are, but make sure that we aren't just shouting things so that we're hearing and we're getting our needs met. Your song association, Leo Risings, is My Future, but by Chika. So My Future is originally by Billie Eilish, but there is a cover that Chika, Chika, did, and it's really cool. It's creative, and there's like a little bit of like a rap verse in there, and it just felt really right for a way to use the mouth, the throat, the creativity in taking something that somebody else made and making it your own. Leo's honest. Oh, you said you're writing 2 books. Yeah, listen, love it. Love it. I think you might find a little bit more focus and inspiration when Mercury goes direct for you, or you might find like things make sense, or you're like typing easier, or whatever it is when it goes direct. But have fun in this space. I feel like this is a good transits for you all. Finally, we have. Let's see how much of my battery is left. Oh my god, we got hurry up, y'all. I got 8%. I started at like 78%, but this has been a 2-hour live stream. Are we hanging on for my Virgo risings? I'm a Virgo rising, so I did myself last. Virgo risings, I would love for you to give me some money bag emojis. Okay. All right. Ursula says, thank you. I won't be scrolling. Again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But I'm so glad that you're acknowledging that you heard me, Ursula. So don't come crying to me when you accidentally swipe the wrong way on somebody that you didn't want. You know what I mean? Um, Virgo risings, my money bags. I want money bags because the Mercury, Mars, Sun transits in Libra are happening in your second house, in our second house. And this money, slow motion sweet is here, middle Virgo rising. If you are Virgo rising or Virgo ascendant, please listen up with all centers and spaces and energy of your body. If you are a sun or moon, this can really be beneficial for you to listen to as well. However, again, Virgo risings, this is going to drive home a little bit more direct on where this is going to affect you. Virgo risings, these are taking place in your second house. This is the center of what you have. It is money, values, material possessions, finances, and overall personal resources. So it's really about like the physical space. What do you have? What do you own? What does your bank account say? What are those physical goods that you utilize and that you have? And I know my Virgo risings are service oriented, they're really ritualistic, analytical. They're the problem solvers of the zodiac, but they also are control freaks. And with Mercury being your chart ruler and Mercury being in the second house, retrograde right now, y'all might not have as much control over your things as you would like. And the more we try to hold on to things slipping out of our hands instead of trying to step back and catch it underneath, the more it is just going to like, we're going to lose it. It's coming out of our hands, right? Like, it feels as though it's like we're trying to hold on to a water balloon, like squeeze too hard on a water balloon where it's either going to burst or it's just going to slip out and burst on the ground. Instead, we might need to take a step back or just hold on to it real quick and look at it in our hands and figure out like, what's the best use for this? What can I do with this? So, for some struggles right now, your values might be tested or stretched. Money might feel slippery or hot, or your finances or your personal possessions might feel like you don't have control over them. For example, myself, my material possessions are currently stuck in boxes, and I can do nothing about it because I am injured and I cannot walk without crutches, as well as having to shut down my website, part of my website. Like I do have my natal chart readings open, but I'm not able to have all flow of income working in top order because it's too difficult for me to do tarot readings right now because the way that I do them is I record them and I stand and then I upload them and whatever. And it takes a lot of energy out of me to be able to do those. And I can't currently do them. So I've shut them down for a week or two, especially because all of my tarot decks are packed in boxes. So not only is it affecting my material possessions and my authority and control over them, it's affecting my business and my income stream, which I'm okay. I'm figuring it out. I'm an astrologer. I saw it coming. But again, the delays and restrictions of being able to move to the next house, the delays and restrictions and nuisances of needing to move and needing to pack and needing to want to settle into my space, but having to ask others to help me instead of me doing all of the work is so frustrating. So if you're a Virgo rising and you feel this, you are not alone. It might not be the exact same scenario. However, there will be links to the control aspect that you have over your mind, your mouth, and your actions. Again, the sun is giving you a lot of opportunities. It's brightening, it's illuminating things for you, but the control focus is being lost. Ooh, I'm at 5%. All right, some of the things that are good for this center for Virgo risings is focusing on what you have. Save what you want or what you don't have yet for when Mercury goes direct. So taking stock, I mean, I'm in a wonderful space because I'm moving again. So I've had to like assess and really acknowledge all of my physical possessions and the value of things and all of those, But it's more
it's more powerful for all of y'all to be focusing right now on what you currently have instead of what you want or what you don't have or what you're trying to get in the future. So until October 18th, really assess and figure out your take stock. Like literally when I say take stock and inventory of what you have in your life, your blessings, your material possessions, your finances, and your overall personal resources that are at your disposal. So I put use what possessions and tools you currently have with power and purpose. So it's just basically what I said. Okay. Now, the last thing for Virgo risings that I want to say is this could be quite literally a project or homework for you, or thinking about it in a bigger sense of the term. Clear the junk drawer and keep it clean. Don't assume when you clean the junk drawer that it will just fill up with junk again, because that is something that people do again. If you have junk drawers, you're like, I just cleaned the junk drawer. It feels so much better. It feels so clean. I feel so organized. But you cleaned it and you're still calling it a junk drawer. You're still acknowledging that is a drawer for junk and that you assume that more junk will clutter up there. Now take that small house magic and multiply it in all areas of your life. Where are the junk drawers energetically in your life? How can you clean them and assume and plan for them to not stay junk drawers and become junk drawers? Your song association for this Mercury retrograde in Libra and Mars and Sun transiting your second house is the song Luxury by John Bellion and Audra May. John Bellion is JonBellion, and the song is called Luxury. It has a sexy little saxophone and or a sexy little trumpet section, and the ending will make you feel like you're transcending to, I don't even know, somewhere holy and goddess. Excuse me, I am talking. It's so rude. Don't you know not to interrupt a Gemini? They do that good enough on their own. Baby boo, I'm almost done. She saw a dog and she was like, "Lah!" All right, so that is it. Luxury by John Bellion. My Virgo risings, it's not about what you don't have or what you're trying to get. It's about what you currently obtain and the powers in your things that that you have at your disposal and the power that you create from your tools that you already have. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this. I'm super excited that I have my MRI in about 40. Missy. No, thank you, Phoebe. No, thank you, P. No, thank you. So thank you all so much for joining me, and for anyone who contributed to the live stream. That was really nice, and I love you so much. I hope that you found meaning and value in this. My dog's about to get. So think well wishes for me and this MRI, and that I get some sort of knowledge and an awareness of what's going on with my niece so I can plan accordingly. I love you all very much. If you're watching the playback of this, hopefully I've added timestamps. Feel free to let me know how this Mercury retrograde has affected you thus far and what your plans are for the rest of it. And if any of the things that I said for you and your sun, moon, or especially rising has connected with you today. I love you all very, very much. I want to do more of these in the future. So I hope that you had fun, and thank you for allowing me to be obnoxious with my mini microphone. It is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon because I'm obsessed with the power that I feel with it in my little hands. I love you all. Have a beautiful, wonderful, magical day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.